Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRFBets race of the day for Saturday, July the 13th, race number 9 on opening weekend at Saratoga. It's the Grade 1 Diana for fillies and mares going 1.125 miles on the inner turf. You can bet this race and this great Saratoga card on Saturday with a DRFBets account. Sign up. Learn how to get $150 in risk-free wagers. Here's the field for the Diana. You can access free formulator past performances for the race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Download them, handicap along with us. We'll take this field in post-position order, and surprise, surprise, Mike, Chad Brown is very well represented in this race, but one of the longer prices on the board is trained by Chad. Down towards the rail, the number 1, Tai, blinkers on. I wonder if she's in here as kind of a pace setter, but there are pace setters with Rushing Fall and Mitchell Road. So Chad must like this horse. She did pull up a surprise when third in the Beverly D last year.
Yeah, she did. I felt like that was a race, the Beverly D, where they might have been using her as a pace setter for Sister Charlie. She ran well to be third in there, though. Listen, there's nothing wrong with her. She's a pretty good horse. Her only win since they got her over here was when they dropped her into an allowance race to kick off her 2018 campaign. She's just, not even close to as good as her 3 stablemates in here, and it's just a really tough spot.
How can you knock the record of Chad's number 2, Rushing Fall? She is 8 for 9 lifetime. The only loss came by a dirty neck in the Grade 3 Edgewood, when you can argue she was the best horse because she had to move very, very early into the teeth of a fast pace. Now, we look at her races and we see easy trip after easy trip after easy trip, and we always try to beat her, it seems. But how do you try to beat a horse that just has the natural speed to get the good trips and the natural ability to punch it on home once they swing into the stretch?
The question I've been asking myself since her career started, because I've bet against her plenty of times and she just keeps winning. Listen, her last 3 starts, yeah, she's had all the best of it. Loose on the lead, way too good for those horses, winning for fun. But it's not like she's this one-dimensional kind of horse. You can take her off the pace and she'll be fine. She'll track another speed and she'll be fine with that too. She's just really, really, really good. A 4-time Grade 1 winner now. She's already won twice at this distance. You don't have to worry about that. And if, this mod horse, Mitchell Road, wants to lead in here, I suspect that Castellano will be fine with that and just track that horse. I don't know, man. She's an absolute handful in here.
Timeform US believes that Mitchell Road will be able to make the lead as we take a look at the Timeform US pace projector. Boy, Bill Mott's just done a great job with Mitchell Road. She's won 5 of her last 6 races. After she won that race at the fairgrounds, Mott could have been tempted to run in some big spots, but he actually told the press afterwards, I don't really like the way her coat looks. I'm going to give her 2 months off. And he did the right thing. He found a great spot in the Gallerette. She got away to a nice lead that day. Mott's handled this filly very, very well, and I still think there's more to come. Maybe she can get the lead on this field, although I have a feeling that Tai and Rushing Fall aren't going to let her get away.
Yeah, she might be able to make the lead in here. I don't think she's going to be walking up there, though, if she gets it. I think they'll keep her honest at least. But I agree with everything else you said about her, Dan. I mean, there's nothing really to knock about her, and it does feel like we haven't seen her best race yet. Unfortunately for her, this Diana came up so tough with the 3 Chad Browns, and I just think it's going to be really hard for her to make her record now 6 for 8 on the turf. I think this is probably too tough for her right now, but I'm interested to see what she does on Saturday and then to see what she does after that.
4 Chad Browns in this race, Mike. I hate to correct you, but the big name is Sister Charlie.
Well, I always thought 3 of them could win. That's what I was getting at.
Sister Charlie has 5 consecutive triple-digit buyer speed figures. She's certainly championship class. She showed that in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. I don't really think she handled that ground very well, and she still was able to swing widest into the stretch. Despite failing to change leads, she just ran everybody down. She is simply a rock-solid mare, but if you're going to catch last year's Diana winner, maybe it's now coming off the layoff. Remember, in last year's Diana, she had a couple races.
Yeah, true. Not only did she have a couple of races, but a couple of real good races too. I guess I agree with that. I mean, it just feels like if you're going to beat her, this is probably the time to do it with, a couple of her talented stablemates in here, sort of, already with the recency edge. I have no knocks on her there. She's another one, just like Rushing Fall, a 4-time Grade 1 winner already. The 1.125 is fine for her. She just loves to win races. I'm with you on her Breeders' Cup. Not only was she really wide in there, which might have been good on that turf course, but she was just relentless through the stretch in there to win that race. Not going to be surprised if she comes back and just runs another good one in here, but I feel like Saturday might be the time to try to beat her.
Although Chad excels off the layoffs, as we see from this formulator fact, over the past 4 years, with last out winning horses aged 3-year-olds and up, off a 6-month layoff in graded stake turf routes, 36% winners, 8 of 11 on the board, almost a $3 return on investment. In last year's Diana, Ultra Brat broke my heart. It set the tone basically for my entire Saratoga meeting, and Graham Motion is bringing a Sharpie again to this race, and that is Secret Message, who's won her last 2 races. She handles firm, she handles yearling, she just, as you say, catches a very tough Diana.
Yeah, a tough Diana, and maybe of everybody, I know that there's some pace in this race, but maybe just the wrong running style, because if she's going to be trying to come from out of it and to outfinish all these other horses, I just think it's going to be really tough for her. I actually like her 2 starts so far this year, both of them at a mile where she was just closing ground and getting up. It just feels like she's found a really tough Diana.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Diana. I'm going to go with the outside horse for Chad, and that is Homerique. And maybe this distance is just a little bit short for Homerique, but how can you argue with what she's done in 2 starts in North America, just showcasing an awesome stretch kick to win both times. Irad Ortiz took a little bit of a risk last time out in the New York, riding an even money favorite, and he took her down to the inside on the backstretch behind a couple of long shot pace setters. He easily could have been locked in, but Homerique did find the seam and upper stretch. She shot on through a good Chad filly competition of ideas. Looked like she was bearing down on her, but once she got within hailing range, it looked like Homerique just kind of flicked her away again.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really liked her win last time. I really liked her bogey too, where she just closed into a walking pace and just ran that field over. Listen, competition of ideas is getting better. She's not as good as Sister Charlie. She's not as good as Rushing Fall. So Omarique's facing, 2 real tough horses here, but I'm not going to be surprised she's up for it, Dan. Her 2 races are very impressive. I felt like she might be the 3rd choice in here, and that was good enough for me.
I'm going to go 6-2-4. How are you playing this, Diana?
I'm going to go 6-2-4 as well. I feel like if I play multis, Omarique and Rushing Fall may be my 2 main ones, and I'll try and make Sister Charlie the backup, but that's not an easy decision to make as good as Sister Charlie is.
I agree. It's Chad Brown's world. It's Chad Brown's Diana. It seems, at least on paper, he has 4 of the entrants, 3 major players. It's the Grade 1 Diana and one of the cathedrals of racing on opening weekend at Saratoga. Make sure to get involved with a DRFBets account. $150 in risk-free wagers just waiting for you upon sign-up. Approximate post time for the Grade 1 Diana, 5:46 Eastern. Good luck.